this is FirstCoast.tv. We find ourselves with Billy Buchanan. Yes.
What's up? What's up?
And well, you're a busy man. You're a busy man.
Yes, it's weird.
And now
people keep hiring me. It's weird.
Well, and now you have this wonderful project
Yes,
you've worked on. You've put it's called Pioneers of
The Pioneers of Rock and Soul.
The Pioneers of Rock and Soul.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be playing soon. Where at?
We'll be at the Limelight Theater here in St. Augustine on May 23rd. The show is actually touring throughout the Southeast right now, but here locally we'll be at the Limelight Theater on May 23rd, and really excited about it, man. This is a labor of love for me. It's something I've been working on for a few years, and it's really just starting to take off, and people are really starting to get it. I think at first we're like, what is he doing? You know, that's how it is with me. If you follow me at all, you know that I'm always dabbling in something.
Yeah, but you got a big fan base. Billy.
I'm trying, man. You know what? I've been doing this a lot of years here locally, and
well, the last time I saw you, and we talked briefly when you had that shag, shimmy,
when my EP came out.
Yes,
yeah, my EP came out in January. Shag, shuffle, shimmy, shake, swing, volume 1. Yes, and that's obviously a nod to the dances from the 50s and 60s, because everybody who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of that era. So
this project is almost in that genre.
It's a perfect way to say that they're all tied together. Everything's tied together for me. For me, it's all about celebrating that music and educating the listener on the contribution that these artists made. All the cats in that era: Little Richard, Chuck Berry, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, James Brown, and the list goes on and on. I'm just such a fan of that music and what these guys did during a time where it wasn't very easy to do what they were doing, and they persevered. They made this great music, and we're all of us, man. Anyone who's making their living playing music right now owes them a huge debt. And I don't care if you're black, white, green, orange, whatever you are. Chuck Berry is the reason you have a guitar in your hand. You might not know it, but he's the reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's why I put Pioneers of Rock and Soul together. It's funny, I actually started that project. It's funny how things will spark other things. When we were celebrating the 450th here in St. Augustine in 2015, I remembered that Ray Charles went to school here. He went to school at the School for the Deaf and Blind from 37 to 45, and I had read about that, and so I just had this idea. Well, maybe I should just do a little show and just portray him.
Right.
I look enough like the guy. Put some sunglasses on. I can pull this off, right? So I did it. One of the venues, really excited about it. And they hired me. It packs out, does really well. I get hired again, but this time they want me with a full band and the whole deal. So that just sparked this whole idea. It's like, what if I did all the cats in that era, I was already playing the music every night.
Right.
I knew the music, so I just put this whole thing together. I've been writing it and throwing stuff away and revamping it and the whole deal, and I finally got to the point where I'm happy with it, and I play the music, but there's also this educational aspect about it, and this video footage, and I have a guy who's portraying Alan Freed, who was the DJ who coined the phrase rock and roll from my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. That's a big part of it, and so it's really cool.
So here's a quick question: Is the show like a concert, or is it like a play and a concert together?
It's definitely it's theater kind of. Okay. I'm definitely playing the music live, and I'm singing and playing guitar and playing piano. But then there's the video footage thing that kind of drives it as I'm changing costumes, and I'm playing all these cats. So and so especially on my solo dates, it's really driven by the video. When I have the band there, it's a little bit, it's a little easier to have the band kind of keep playing the music, and it helps drive it. But when it's just me, I got to have all this footage to help. So it's interesting, but I think people will really dig it, and they'll really get to see another side of me. This whole drama thing, I've been doing acting since high school. Right. I was in all kinds of plays in high school, and then I was in a production called Hero the Rock Opera it's been like 15 years ago now.
You were nominated for an award for that.
For a Dove Award for that. Right. When I was in Nashville. And so in the back of my head, I enjoyed that experience so much. In the back of my head, I said, man, if I can come across something that I can use all of my skill sets, the acting and all the stuff, that I can play music and I can act and I can tell stories, and if I can find something, and this is it. The Pioneers of Rock and Soul is definitely that outlet for me. And honestly, man, I honestly see myself retiring doing this. I think this show could be that big.
Wow, wow. And so this is the first time you're going to show this show?
Well, I've been doing little soft, what do you call it, when you do little just little testing things.
Yeah, little samples, little
Yes,
trials.
right, exactly. I've been doing that at different places.
Little pilot.
Right, a
Like
pilot, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's venues who like let impersonators come in and do their thing. So I've been doing little segments of it,
snippets of it,
right? Just to see, I gotta tweak this, tweak that, or whatever. But yes, this is actually the one on. I have one on the 18th in Palatka at the Larimer Arts Center. That's going to be actually the first one. But then the one here in St. Augustine will be the second one. So
the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. And so give us the place, the date, and the time.
Okay.
The one here in St. Augustine.
The one here in St. Augustine will be at the Limelight Theater. It'll be in the Black Box Theater.
Okay. Yes. Love that little space.
Yeah. We purposely picked like 75 to 100 seat theaters to start out.
Right.
So it's already selling pretty well. So get your tickets, folks. Go to billybuchanan.org/events. But again, it's on. I think it's a Friday, right? No, it's a Wednesday. Wednesday, May 23rd, Limelight Theater. The easiest way to do it is just go to my website, billybuchanan.org/events. Then go to the date, and you can find all the ticket information there.
All right.
Yeah.
And about how long is the show?
90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 90-minute show.
Man.
Yeah.
And can people buy some merchandise after?
Yes, you definitely can. Yes, they do. Yes.
People buy the soundtrack.
There will be merchandise there. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, thank you for this time.
Thanks for having me again, man.
Well, it's always, we had you at the St. Augustine Tonight Show. You were a blast as a guest. We've followed some of your work. You have a huge fan base. So this is just a natural follow-up to all that, what your career is and how much you're loved in this community, my
Thanks,
brother.
man. It's always good catching up with you, brother.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you.